Today on Divorce Court.
I'm at divorce court today because I'm just sick and tired of having trust issues, commitment issues, financial issues.
Everything I do is wrong. She's saying I'm cheating on her.
I am going into my 7th official year engaged. Basically, I'm just here to find answers if I need to stay or do I need to go.
Ms. Mapeasta, I need you to get yourself together because if you really want to get married, you will change.
I feel horrible about, being engaged for so long. All women want to get married. All women want to feel like they're being committed to and loved. And I don't think it's fair the way you're going with it.
Divorce Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Mapeasta Miller and Gerry Brown. The two of you have been together for 13 years. You have 2 children together. You've been engaged for 5 years, but you can't get him to put a ring on it already. So, Mrs. Miller, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and why you've brought Mr. Brown here?
Well, me and Gary have been together for about 13 years. Basically, we have trust issues. I could go through story upon story with,
Well, start taking them down.
Okay, well, I one day caught him in the house in a compromising position, and then he states, well, the person was just there buying a cigarette.
When you say compromising position, what are we talking about? Everybody had their clothes on?
Well, they did, but they were in the dark in my kitchen. And when I walked up, I kind of walked up silently, turned the door, came in, and then he was standing with his back to me, and she was at the door, and they were in the dark.
All right, go ahead, number 2.
Another time we're riding in the car, and something said, get his phone, because he has me blocked on social media, so I can't even see what he's doing. He was asleep, so I grabbed it, and then when I was in there, I was like, okay, go to inbox real quick. And then I saw where he was inboxing this one girl, and it said, oh, I remember how things were, we're talking about their sexual relationship. Oh, it was good. We'd have 5 or 6 kids by now, and, I miss you. And then there was another girl. Oh, can you feed me?
Okay, you feed me.
Like, he was asking for dinner. Like, can you cook for me?
Uh-huh.
And it's just X upon X. I'm blocked on social media because he say I do too much. I'm always jumping on a post. Barely can even text him.
Because he's got you so heavily blocked.
Right, exactly.
Mr. Brown, why don't you tell me about all of these suspicious circumstances that she's caught you doing?
Well, as far as the first incident, it was one of her friends that was coming by the house, so quite naturally, I thought that she knew that her friend was coming over there.
That's a lie.
I thought her friend was coming over there because, she was getting ready to get off work at that time. Right. So, she knocked on the door, so just being, I thought I was being courteous.
You're lying.
So I'm like...
Stop.
So I'm like,
You let her in.
I let her in. I was getting ready to say, well, you can wait till she gets home, because she'll be getting
She'll be home any minute now.
She'll be home in a minute now. Boom, here she comes busting in the door like, I figured she set it up, you know what I'm saying? So she gets to raising like, why is she in here? What are y'all doing? I'm like, I thought this was your friend. I mean, if she's your friend, you should trust her at least, so
Right. Well, who asked you if they could feed you?
Well, that was I tried the social media thing with her, but when I did let her on my site, she went through old pictures and she wanted to start commenting on old pictures. So you know what I did? Block. I put the block on her. I just had to put the block on her. Mm-hmm.
Well, why don't you tell me, what has she done that made you block her? I mean, has she been loud and proud with it?
No, it's just, like for instance, I could leave my phone on the dresser and go in the bathroom, everything is fine and dandy. But now if I take that phone in the bathroom, oh, she come in there knocking on the door, she trying to find things. I'm like, I'm in the bathroom. Can I get this little bit of privacy?
Right.
Oh, no, you in there sending naked pictures to people and stuff. I'm like, I'm in the bathroom.
Do you think he's sending naked pictures to people when he's in the bathroom?
Not necessarily, but I do know that I could be sitting next to him, right? And I could just glance over, here he go. Grabbing the phone like he turning it like he don't want me to see it. So, of course, if you're in the bathroom where it's private at, you're going to use that to your full...
Do you really think he's cheating on you for real?
Honestly, no.
Have you ever caught him?
No.
Then why are you so insecure?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily think that I'm insecure. I think that
Mr. Brown, tell me some stories that would allow me to believe that Ms. Miller is insecure.
Let me tell you this now. I'm at work now. She know I can't be on my phone. She's calling me all day. I'm like, you know, I can only talk to you on the break and lunchtime. One job site I was at, I wasn't picking up the phone, and here she come. She's at the front gate raising sand. Luckily, I knew the guy that worked at the front of the gate. He calls me and say, she's down here raising sand, talking about, where you at, where you at? She's trying to come on the property. She ain't got no helmet. He said, you know, you gotta get down here before they call the police on her. I get down there, she's in a robe, talking about some, why you ain't picking up the phone? You know how I am.
She's in a robe?
Yes. She's in her night clothes at the front gate.
Talking about why won't you pick up the phone?
Yes. And here's the kicker. Your associates called me from this... From
divorce court, from the show.
And they gave me a number to write down to call another associate.
Right.
So, not thinking nothing of it, I write it down, call them. Here she comes in the house. What's this? I'm like, oh, just a number, you know, the producers called, told me to call this such and such person. Oh, no. Oh, that's some old broad or voodoo. I'm like, get out of my face. You just whatever. Come to find out, she done called the number.
I did get a report
She done called
that you
the
called
people.
one of my producers 3 times in a row to accuse her of
Explain
messing
that.
with your man, and all we wanted to do was get you on the show.
Well, that is a form of truth.
Didn't believe
but
me.
not
I told
exactly.
her it's just a number. Oh, no, she didn't believe
No,
that. She didn't
I
believe
would have
that.
taken it different if he had gave me a different energy. Now, the energy he giving me is, you know, oh, that's a number from the producer. Not, I don't want to talk about it. Just leave it alone. That's not for you. That makes my mind spin. Why is it that you just can't make a straight line like with me? Where are you at? I'm at the light at 3 o'clock. I'm turning, it's 2 seconds. I'm going around, and it don't even have to be that way.
Why does he have to report at a red light?
Well,
That's
no.
absurd.
Well, no, I'm saying what I would do. Give me that much.
See,
is
that's
what I'm
she
asking.
want, but I don't
So
do that.
you want, within 30 seconds, you want an immediate response no matter what he's doing to report exactly where he is and what he's doing and if anybody else is there. This is what you're telling me.
I mean,
wants
that
to
would
get
be nice,
married.
but I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do that. That's what I'm saying.
Does he ask you to do that?
Not in so many words.
No.
But I've started playing his game. No. I'm at the nail shop getting my nails done, and you know it takes at least an hour or two if it's not full. What you doing at the nail shop? It's been 3 hours, but you asking me.
I'm just doing how she
am
does me.
Am I still at the nail shop?
Just doing her how she does
or
me.
am I still at the salon?
I got you. I see the nature of crazy we got going on here.
Right.
Next, I
Crazy
want to
making.
talk about, you say that Mr. Brown belittles you and talks down to you and talks about your educational level, and I want to talk about that next.
I tell her it's at a strip club. Oh, she goes off. Oh, you're going to see all these women. I'm like, it's a party. That's where they have it at. I come back, now she done destroyed my things.
Did you destroy his stuff because he went to a strip club? So, Ms. Miller, why don't you tell me what he says to you that you find so belittling?
Well, basically, we could have a regular conversation. And the first thing he does is yells. So then he uses his charm. Oh, well, you know, since you didn't graduate high school, you wouldn't know how to do such and such, or you wouldn't know how to react to the question that I'm asking you, or you wouldn't know how to be pretty much a person, a human being, the way he's putting me. But he fails to realize that I did complete school. I just didn't walk. I have more than enough credits that it took. I just went through a family bind where, you know, I wasn't able to walk.
You weren't able to walk, just the ceremony. Ceremonies don't need anything.
Right.
I didn't walk at law school. I just walked off. But
I know, right? Exactly.
I mean, I got my law degree, but I didn't want to put on no pomp and say I packed my stuff up and went. But do you belittle her? Do you talk to her about, you know, you don't have a high school diploma, all of that?
She be thinking I be trying to be smart, but, you know, I just be trying to help her out, guide her, you know, just give her a little advice and stuff. She always think, oh, because you graduated, you thinking all this and stuff, you know. I'm
Graduated from high school? Or,
yes, ma'am. I did a little college.
Little bit of college?
Yes, ma'am, but she always said I'm trying to...
Wow.
Mrs. Miller, you say that you were a CNA, you're on the phone with a client,
Right.
and he's yelling at you. Why don't you tell me what happened that day?
One day, I was on the phone with the client's daughter, and I was telling her that, you know, I'm only required to do certain things, and that if he needed his back washed, that, you know, I could come do it, but I can't do a certain level
Do certain
of work.
medical things.
Right.
Yeah,
And then he's in the back because I'm using 7th grade words oh, you think you a doctor. You not smart enough to tell them people that. And I'm like, shh, be quiet, this is my job. So it could be anything.
Did you holler while she was on the phone with a job?
You know, I just be treating her like she treat me. If I'm on the phone, I could be on the phone with my mom and she hear a female voice, oh, who that B is? I'm like, that's my mom. You didn't even get time. You didn't even ask me. You know, you're walking like that.
No.
Yes, it could be anybody. My friends come over.
That's not true.
We have to go outside. You know, sit out
By
there.
choice.
Then 5 minutes later, here she come peeking around the corner. My friend's like, oh, I was wondering when she was gonna come out
Right.
here. Yeah.
Right, because I'm
Or
offering
she's
them
peeking,
water
She might
or juice.
she might lift the window up so she can listen to it. Or now she's walking the dog all of a sudden. Dog just came out. Now she's walking the dog coming outside.
What happened when your friend had a party at the strip club?
Oh, I want to go out. She thinking every time we go out, it has to be us. It's like that. The fact that she don't have a real big social network, she needs to work on that really. Cause it's like, I don't even know more than 2 of her friends, but she know all my friends. So they asked me to go out, hadn't seen them in a long time. She knew that. They like, you gonna be able to go cause you know how she act? I'm like, no, I'm gonna tell her. I tell her it's at a strip club. Oh, she goes off. Oh, you're gonna see all these women. I'm like, it's a party, that's where they have it at. I come back, now she done destroyed my things.
Did you destroy his stuff because he went to a strip club?
I didn't even know you went to a strip club.
Well, why
that
did you
party?
destroy his stuff?
The
I didn't
party,
no, I did
when
not.
I went to the club with my friend on his
You didn't
birthday.
tell me that.
You didn't
but-
destroy his. You didn't put bleach on his clothes
No.
and push his computer off at the desk.
He pushed my computer off the desk.
You know, just doing it like she does me.
No.
Have you ever bleached the man's clothes?
Yes,
Let's do
no,
that.
I think I did, but it was years
Yes.
ago.
Yeah, it was a long
It
time
was
when we
years
first
ago.
started off.
It was years
we
ago.
got into a little financial situation.
Yeah.
I said, hey, I'm going to go back to my mom's house.
Yeah, right.
You go your way.
So
oh, you
I threw the
leaving me
bleach
out here
out
abandoning
the
it.
window,
Woo-de-woo. I'm like,
and it was on his
no.
stuff.
It's a rebuilding process, so, you know,
Right.
rebuild.
So you have 2 children together, I understand.
Yes, ma'am.
And you've been living together for at least the last 5 years?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
More.
My understanding is that you both disagree on how to parent and on your finances. And I want to go into both of those things as we move forward. You've been with her 13 years. How come you don't marry her?
Look the way she acting now. They say it gets worse when you get married.
When is it appropriate for your partner to show up at your place of employment? Tell us what you think at Divorce Court. Ms. Miller, you say that because you put the kids on your income tax return, he feels like he shouldn't have to pay for anything for them. Is that accurate?
That's exactly true, because I filed them, you know,
But as dependents.
as my dependents on my tax return. You know, it could be a light bill come up. You know, if I'm not steadily just paying all the bills by myself, and then one month I might say, "Ooh, I need help." You file the kids, you know, you need to take care of that. Don't ask me, you know, diapers, wipes, school. I might need a tire.
Do you not help out with the kids because she uses them as dependents on her tax form?
No. It's like the kids are mine all year until that time.
That's
Income
what he
tax
said.
time, oh, I'm filing them, you know.
Right.
So I'm like, why can't I get to file them? And I'm like, plus if I file, we get more money because I make more money. The money that she's gonna blow will be the extra money that I will get if I would file.
If I filed as your dependents.
Now,
Let me
that's
ask you
what-
this, Mr. Brown. Let me ask you this. You've been with her 13 years. You've been living with her for 5 and engaged to her for 5. How come you don't marry her?
Look the way she acting now. They say it gets worse when you get married. And you know, all my friends, the ones that have got married, you know, after they do get married, everything was good before they got married. But then here is a year or 2 later, they talking about getting divorced and stuff. So I'm like, wow. And she's watching Yes to the Dress all day, sitting at the house, want to get married, talk about marriage all day. So I'm like, come on now.
Well, my understanding is that even though you don't want to get married, you've given her 5 engagement rings, kind of as like a hush ring.
Yeah, I give it.
So she won't. She'll stop talking about it.
To reset everything, you know, calm her back
They're
down.
right over there, and I want Nick to bring them to me.
Yeah, you know.
So I want to see the hush rings.
Yeah, I give
Now,
it a ring.
now,
This number
Ms.
6.
Miller, you're the one who called them hush rings, so
I
why
didn't know
don't
she
you tell
had
me?
them all.
Well, how do you come by getting these and never get down the aisle? What happened?
We've been together 13 years. We've been living together almost 10 years. So after we had our first son, he brought it up to me. He's like, well, you know, he's holding the baby. Oh, you know, we're gonna get married. So then I'm blushing, but you know, then the next year he gives me a ring. Then every year it's like, okay, it's time, it's time. Here go another ring and another ring and another ring. And then this one was a few days ago. So still no date.
But we still
You're
together,
spending a lot of money on rings, Mr. Brown. You're spending a lot of money on rings. She got the one.
I tried
All
to-
she wants is the band. She don't want any more diamonds.
I try to-
Well, I'm not gonna say all that, but you know what I mean.
You know, I really want to get married. You know, I want to, like I said, give my kids the two-parent home that I never had. So that's why I've been trying to stay with her this long.
Right.
You know, that's everything is going going fine so far. So I figured.
So why mess it up with a marriage certificate?
With a marriage certificate, right?
I got you. Let me give my 10 cents on, you know, what you doing and why you don't have a wedding ring. What would you do if your partner blocked you on social media? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. Y'all crazy, but y'all love each other. You not going nowhere, she's not going nowhere. I think one of the reasons he don't want to lock it down, because you got a level of crazy going on about the potential for cheating that he can't tie himself down to. When you lit up on my producer like, oh, well, who are you? That spoke to me. Not because you were mad at my producer, but she's a woman calling from a show trying to talk to your husband, and you're convinced he's cheating with her. It's not rational. You on his job, you gonna mess up his money on his job, worrying about a woman you can't identify. Do you see what I'm saying?
I do, but I think I was rather nice about it. I wasn't mean at all.
You shouldn't have been there at all.
It was the energy he gave me.
Oh, listen, the energy. You need to stop that. Whatever energy you got is wrong. It's just wrong.
Right. You're right about it.
And I think a lot of women have it these days, and I think it's because of social media and the DMs, so there's always these opportunities for hearing and seeing things. But they've lit up the fear centers of your brain, and you're running on hysterical all the time, waiting for that direct message. Oh, there's this way and there's this way. You know, he don't want to hear all that drama. Oh, give it to him. Cool out, chill out. He's a wonderful brother. I like him. I know you like him. And I hope you live to be 150 years old. But if a bus hit him tomorrow, you would live on. You would mourn and get over it. You're acting like if he went off somewhere, your life would be over, and it wouldn't. See what I'm saying? But you're living under that stress.
Right.
You're fighting like somebody's trying to drown you every day. Aren't you tired of it?
Yeah, I am.
Free yourself.
I am.
Just trust him. It won't hurt you. And it will actually strengthen your marriage, and then you might actually get down the aisle. Good advice. I hope you take it. This matter is adjourned.
Why is marriage so important to you?
That's the way I was raised. Like, everyone in my family is married, and I know what a woman is supposed to be like, and, you know, she's supposed to be honored, loved, and cherished, and I don't want nothing different than that.
Think you'll make it down the aisle?
Hopefully one day.
Give me a timeline. Anytime soon?